Come here, guys. Guys who ran the race. They'll slide out a little bit. Come here, guys who ran the race. Guys who ran the race. Guys who ran the race. Where are you? Guys who ran the race. We need 7 of you. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, well, I never know when I'm going to say it these, and I really don't now, but first, thank y'all for coming. Thank you for coming out in this stuff. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the encouragement. These guys are benefiting from the groundwork that was laid back in 1988, 89. Those were the first runners to actually join the program. We started with 3. We had 3 kids that ran the first year. And they stayed with it. And then we built on that, and then we got kind of competitive. And we've been state ranked every year since 1991. We've been at this meet every year since 93. We've been on the medal stand, and we've been not on the medal stand. We've been 5th, we've been 10th, we've been 4th, we've been 3rd, we've been 2nd, we've been 1st. And these guys are finally getting the recognition that all the others before them deserve. It's the first time we ever brought a spirit bus to the state meet, and I guess you got to get here 21 years in a row to get one. But by God, we've got one! And it's high time, and I don't mind saying it. It's high time. You got to support your kids regardless of what they're in. Support them. If a Luling kid is in an underwater basket weaving contest, you should support it. You should be behind it. There shouldn't be a hint of jealousy. None. Should be no jealousy. When someone works their tail off to be good at something, you should support them. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, check yourself and then do something about it, or at least be supportive and don't say anything negative. These kids have busted their you-know-what to be here today. It didn't happen because they've got talent. I've had one talented runner as a boy in 30 years. Distance kids. I've had one talented kid in 30 years. One. I've had 2 talented girls in 30 years of coaching distance runners. 2 in 30 years. It has nothing to do with talent. I've coached a lot of great kids and a lot of great teams. This may be the very best team I've ever coached. And I'm not talking about performance. What you just saw, and if you've never been to a meet, and it's your first one, what you just saw was a freaking masterpiece. Yes, it was! The masterpiece! I'm not going to apologize for it. It was a goddamn masterpiece! It was what it was, and Luling kids did it! Luling kids! I'm sick and tired of this crap about Luling can't do this, and Luling can't do that, and Luling sucks. Let me tell you what, if it sucks, it's because of the people that make it up. You're only as good as the people that make up your group and your organization. You're only as good as the people that make up your town. You don't like it? Change it! Do better! Start learning how to love each other. How about serving another person? How about caring about other people? How about going out of your way to do a little extra for each other? We're from the same cotton-picking community. We need to pull together and support everything and everyone. How about that? How about that? That'll work. That will work when we go back home. That will work for everybody. For everybody. That'll work. That will work. These kids are rock stars now. Kids in the past couldn't get a hardly person to come up here. I've had kids run at the state meet 3 or 4 years and their parents didn't even come. Their parents didn't even come. Their parents didn't even come. How can you not support somebody who worked their ass off? How can you not support that? What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with us if we can't support people who work their ass off? something wrong with us. You know why these guys just did what they did? Two things. They decided to chase individual excellence, and they decided to be great teammates. They never even talked about a state championship. They just talked about being the best. And then going out and doing it every cotton picking frickin' day. Every morning while you're sleeping. Nobody cares about the labor pains. They just want to see the dang baby. Well, you got your baby. But I challenge you to come watch the labor pains. You want to know how it happens? Get up. Come watch a few practices and then go home and sleep. That's how it happens. They decided to be great teammates. And that's what they are. Forget the performance. This bunch loves each other. They care about each other. They got each other's back. They take care of each other. They eat lunch together. And they clean up after themselves. They shoot hogs together. They shoot raccoons together. They play ping pong in the middle of somebody's house. They're like family. Well, 4 of them live in the same house, so I guess they are. They genuinely love each other. No egos. Nobody bossing anybody around. Nobody hollering and saying, this is what you ought to do. They just show up and do it. No egos. And they do exactly what you tell them to do. Unbelievable dream as a coach. I am not kidding. I kid you not. That's who these kids are. Your parents should be proud of them. You've done a beautiful job. I tell them all the time, they're like throwbacks. They remind me of my growing up. They remind me of how I grew up. I can talk all day about it. It's good fun. What you just saw, guys, remember it. You might not ever see it again. You might not ever see that again. That was incredible. That was unbelievable. This bunch just did what only one other school in the history of the great state of Texas has ever done. And that's win 6 state championships in a row. USA! And they did it without a team tent. You don't need a tent when you're tough. Only one school's ever won 6 in a row, and that's the great Humble Kingwood teams of the 90s. It's a huge, huge 6A school down around Houston. And some used to whisper, it'll never be matched. It'll never be touched. No school will ever win 6. Ever. It'll never be touched. Well, I got news for you. He got touched. Yeah. And these guys did it. They stand alone as only the 2nd school out of 13,000 in this state that have done what they've done. And they're from Luling. Luling. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love all of y'all too. Love all of you. Thank you for being here. Coach Christina is one fine man. This guy is an assistant like none other. This guy is unbelievable. Great man. Thank you, Coach.
We love you, Coach.
Thank you. We got an award ceremony to go to. I want to invite you to it. And when these guys get on the stand, they need to know where you're from, and it needs to last longer than 2 seconds.
You betcha. You betcha.
Let them know you're proud of them. Thank you for coming out here. Thank you for putting up with us, and thank you for the support. And we're going to jump in the lake afterwards if you want to watch that.